Happy Friday! Ooh, and happy birthday to Shauna. So if you guys didn't realize today's Shauna's birthday, so I'm gonna give her a shout out because I love her so much. So something keeps coming up, and it's coming up like on my Facebook feed, and it keeps coming back up into my mind, and so I feel like it was worth talking about and kind of just chatting about a little bit. And so I labeled this girl talk because it's about our significant others, whether our significant other is a man or a woman, just whoever that other person in our life is. And this could even, I guess, go along with friendships too. So, something that I went through whenever I started this, awesome spiritual journey, there was this like upheaval in my household. And I'm going to share something kind of personal with you guys. And please feel free to use this space to share things personal about yourself if you feel called to do so, so that you can kind of let it come to the surface and get that support. So there was an upheaval because for a long time, religion and God and anything spiritual was not part of my path. It wasn't something, hey Kim, how are you, friend? It wasn't something that I dove into, but it wasn't something that I avoided. It was just kind of there. It was just kind of like non-existent to me. I didn't go to church, but I didn't have a problem with people going to church. I just didn't it just wasn't a thing for me. And so me and my husband were on the same page. You guys, we've been together since I was 15 years old. I have been with him longer than I have been alive. So we've had to go through a lot of growing pains together, but it's good. It's made us so much stronger. And so when I started to go through this little spiritual journey, it caused a lot of big upheaval and energy in our household because he basically considered himself an atheist, so anything that had to do with putting crosses up on the wall or, spiritual stuff, it stirred something up in him, and he's watching me go through this transformation and this change. And so I'm telling you guys this because I see a lot of women that are starting to go through this change. They're starting to embrace their spiritual side. They're getting into the crystals, they're getting into the tarot cards, they're getting into the meditation, and it can cause like a little bit of a ruckus at home if the person that you are with didn't see this coming. They're kind of blindsided by this new path that you're taking. And it could be from a few different things. Maybe it's scaring them a little bit. Maybe they feel like they're about to get left behind. Maybe they don't understand this change that's happening within you. And this can be in friendships too. And so you guys, sometimes people are just in our lives for the time that they're meant to be in our lives, and especially with friendships, and we think that we have these friendships that we're going to keep forever and ever. But as you change and as you grow and as things just don't feel the same to you anymore and the same experiences you want to have aren't there anymore, and you're not willing to sacrifice your happiness for others as much anymore, people are going to start to phase out. When you start to put yourself first, when you start to have that self-care that you need to have, when you start to rise up into this vibration of who you are meant to be, it'll resonate with some people. Some people will come along. Some people will grow with you. Some people are going to phase out. And it's kind of extreme for that to happen with a spouse or a significant other. Usually they figure it out and they give you your space, but I guess my point is be patient with them. So I won't get into details, but I saw a post earlier today in a different group, and maybe some of you saw the same one, and it was about a woman that she was trying to clear her space in her office. She did a sage, she prayed over her space, she tried to clear the energy in there, and within an hour, her husband came in and destroyed everything in her office that had to do with tarot cards and crystals because he had this fear based around it. He felt like it was like the work of the devil. And some people are like that. They are very set in their beliefs, their Christian beliefs. Hey, Monica. They grew up a certain way, believing that if you didn't obey the Bible, if you didn't follow the work of God as it was written in the Bible, then you would be shunned, or you would burn in hell, or you would not be accepted into heaven, or things like that. Very conditioned thinking. And so you guys, When I think of God, when I think of spirit, when I think of the universe, I know in my heart that that is unconditional love. And when you're talking about unconditional love, there are no conditions. The love is there no matter what. The love is constantly flowing to us. It is our job now to stop blocking it, to stop resisting it, to allow it to come in, to allow it to fill us up. That is what we are here to do. And so sometimes with our spouses and our friends, our significant others, it can be hard on them because they're not ready for it yet. And so my husband, he's been very patient. He's given me my space. I'm giving him his. Like I showed you guys yesterday in our video, I have my little spots of like crystals, my little sacred spaces, and he has his horror movie posters and his like crazy, just some crazy, like kind of demonic, like paintings, like different places. And I've had to tell him to put some in the garage because it was too much. But it's not because he's not because he's like a devil worshiper. It's because that's just like what he likes to look at. It's like what he thinks is cool. He's into the horror movies. He's into that stuff. And so it's letting them have their space. It's allowing them to come to terms with it as they want to. You can't force somebody to see your point of view before they are ready. And it's not your job to. It's not your job to go and push your spirituality on anybody else, just as I would not want somebody to push their religious beliefs on me. You know, if we are on the same page, then we rise up together, we come together, we celebrate together. But people aren't going to hear things before they're ready to hear them. So if you're feeling this struggle, if you're starting to go through these big changes and you are feeling like you really want to tap into this and really get kind of crazy woo, maybe you want to do these big rituals in your house, maybe you want to walk around and sage your house, but you don't want to like have to wait till everybody's out of the house so you hide it from them. You want to do your tarot cards with your kids and not have your spouse look at you like you're nuts, or you get excited about angel numbers for the day and people think you're crazy. So give them patience, give them space, because this is your path and it's not about them. They will come along for the ride. They will be supportive if they're meant to stay and if they're meant to be supportive, or if it's just a friendship that's done, they will get phased out. And so don't don't lose that faith. Don't get discouraged. You know, stay in your good vibration, in your good place, and know that you are going to be supported no matter what. There's going to be some upheaval. There's going to be some energy things that kind of get stirred up within your home if this is something new that you're bringing in. And just, you know, just stay strong in your faith and in your love. And I pulled a little card before I did this, and this one basically just jumped out, which was awesome. It was absolutely perfect. And it's called Love. Can't get much better than that. And it is absolutely wonderful. It says, a beautiful relationship will soon develop. This relationship will continue to grow for many years to come, and endless blessings will stem from it. Appreciate and savor each moment together, and always keep the flame of love alight in your heart. For love is a magnet. You cannot help but attract love when you have love in your heart. If you are already in a meaningful relationship, then your relationship will deepen, provided you are always open with each other and are receptive to one another's needs. Always express any insecurity you have with your partner, and you will find that your relationship continues to strengthen. So that's absolutely like right on the money. Perfect for what we were talking about. So if you guys have any just questions, comments, anything this is stirring up inside of you, if this is something you're experiencing in your household, I've been there, and I'm happy to give any type of love and advice, any type of help. So it really hit me hard this morning when I heard that woman's story, and the list of comments underneath it were all of these women saying, leave him, leave him, leave him. And I'm like, no, like, he's just scared, and that's okay. Like, if he's not this abusive person, he's feeling that disconnect. He acted that way because he's feeling the disconnect. And when somebody comes and is in our experience, and they just seem so outraged, or they seem so like needing to control, it's because they're feeling this major lack of control somewhere in their mind, somewhere in their heart, somewhere in their life. And so they're trying to control something, and they're acting out of fear. And the best thing you can do for somebody is give them unconditional love when they are acting out of fear. Hold space for them, hold love for them. That's what they are asking you for. This is what you're here to do. This is you stepping into your role as a light worker, is finding that unconditional love despite the way that somebody's acting. Easier said than done, I know, but it's amazing. So, and we're doing a book giveaway this afternoon, so keep inviting and adding your lovely friends in if you feel like this group will resonate with them. And good luck to everybody. Happy birthday again to my friend Shauna. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have an amazing, beautiful Friday. I might be popping on live to announce the winner. We'll see. Either me or Shauna. Somebody will. Miss Ellie, that was perfect. My husband thought I was crazy, maybe still, but he's even joined me for meditation. Oh, I love it. He has said he's seeing me change right in front of him. So supportive. Oh, that is so good. Isn't that amazing? And it helps when they see the shift that it's caused in you. You know, I mean, even if some things seem a little off or crazy to them, maybe you sitting in meditation, maybe you doing your yoga, maybe you know, smudging the house or putting crystals everywhere maybe seems a little bit strange to them. But when they see the positive effect it's having on you, when they see the peace that is coming from it, when they see that you are in a better space and in a better light and that you are more centered and that you're moving through your day with more ease and flow, then they're going to be like, hey, yeah, maybe there's something to that. You know, maybe there's something there. And it starts to intrigue them rather than scare them. And so to get in that space where you can meditate with your spouse, where you can sit and hold that space for each other, that is absolutely incredible. Where you can do some awesome like yoga poses together, where you can sage each other and just clear each other's space out. And they might not totally get it, and that's okay. I think this rise of the divine feminine, it's happening in men too, but it's happening at a little bit slower pace. It's easier for us to tap into our feelings, into our emotions, into that heart space. It's easier for us to be vulnerable. It's easier for us to show our emotions and know that we're going to be supported and loved and not looked down upon for showing our emotions. With guys, that's why they hide those emotions. That's why they've built up this wall. It's because for so long they've had this thought beat into their brains that they have to be strong, they have to be masculine, they have to just let it go, they have to just take care of the family, they have to go to work, they have to just put on like their straight face and get the shit done. And that's been their mentality for a long time. And so it's hard for them to be vulnerable. That's them putting the wall down. That's them opening up. That's them showing emotion and actually letting some of the hurt and the pain come up and not numbing it and not ignoring it and not shutting down and running away from it, but actually stepping into it, facing that pain and moving through it. And that's easier for us to do than for men to do. And think of how hard it is for us to do that sometimes. And knowing that it's more difficult for them because of the conditioning that they have had over so many years. So have patience for them and their personal growth. And just know that when you're talking about masculine and feminine energies, it's not about man and woman. It's about what the energies represent. And so when we're talking about men stepping into their divine feminine, which is what's happening too, men are rising up and coming over to this divine feminine space because they are realizing that their emotions are important and they are becoming more vulnerable and they are letting go of those old stigmas that have been out there for so long as far as how men need to project themselves, you know, it just in general. So anyways, it's good. It's good to talk about it and it's good to open up that space for everybody. And so be patient with your partner, give them unconditional love and support. If they are acting out of control, it's because they feel out of control and they are acting out of fear. So give them a chance to talk about what they're afraid of, to bring this up and give them the tools that you've learned. And when they're ready for it, they will take those tools and they will use them, but they're not going to use them before they're ready. Just like when you read a book or you do a meditation or something and it's just like way over your head and it doesn't resonate at all. And then you go back to it like a month later and it hits you so hard that it could just like bring you down to the ground in tears because it resonates so deep. You heard it when you were meant to hear it. And so they'll hear you and they'll follow you when they're meant to. So anyways, I hope that helps some of you guys, and don't feel discouraged, don't feel distraught. It's all happening for a reason. The upheaval of crazy energy happens for a reason, and there is usually some really awesome growth and peace on the other side. So yeah, just wanted to pop in, and I feel like there's something else I was going to tell you guys. Maybe it'll come to me. I don't know. Anyways, have a beautiful afternoon. Have a beautiful day. Excited to see who the winner is, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.